So lesbian sex, do you know about lesbian sex?
No. The salmon sperm facial.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
When you become a mom, you're like super organized, OCD, like you're a multitasker. You know how to do 20 people's job in one person. We're
Good.
breaking those curses.
Bracing those curses.
Yeah.
Welcome to UnMASCed. On today's episode, we have my childhood neighbor. Please welcome Kamal from Plump Aesthetics MD.
Hey guys.
Hi.
How are
Welcome.
you? Thanks.
I'm
so
good. How are
happy
you?
to be here.
I'm happy you're here. It's gonna be a good time.
I know.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
this chaos.
Yeah, I'm so ready.
Like
I'm so ready. I feel honored you asked me,
I'm
and yeah, I'm excited to do this.
I feel honored you're here, and I'm so proud of you. You're doing some like cool fucking shit.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Likewise. Likewise.
Two bad bitches.
Yeah.
Two bad bitches. No, two bad bitches. Plump Aesthetics.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So Plump Aesthetics MD is something I started about 8 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a medical spa
Yep.
clinic that we basically specialize in full body treatments,
Okay.
everything from Botox to fillers,
Mm-hmm.
fat dissolving. We do hair restoration with PRP.
Amazing.
We do non-surgical hip and butt augmentations with Sculptra. We help third-degree burn patients with PRP.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of medical conditions our clinic helps with as well. And we do tons of training. We help other doctors and nurses and pre-med nursing and med students come work with us, do
Love that.
research with us, and we help them start their businesses as well.
I love that.
Mhm.
That's really kind that you're like bringing it in. You're already giving back to like the people.
Yeah. I love training. I love
Yeah.
teaching. So I started doing that about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. And then what made you get into this field?
So when I was younger, I always wanted to be a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always said that I wanted to be either a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist.
Yeah.
And it ended up just falling into kind of a bit of both.
Yeah.
So I always had a pretty big interest. Like a lot of my patients are my middle school and high school friends.
Yeah.
And
Here,
they're
I'm
yeah,
one.
yeah, exactly.
Hi.
So I'm like, they're like, we always trusted you. Like you always had like your mom's under eye cream on, or you were always like telling us about skincare. So it's something I've always lived and breathed ever since I was a really young girl.
Mm-hmm.
So it ended up just falling into place into now what I do as an older woman and as a professional. Yeah. So
I love that.
I love it. I love skincare. I love beauty.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with fashion. So also because our parents are immigrant parents.
Yes.
So they come here to, whether Italy or from India, they come here to give a better living to us.
Yeah.
So for them, they just wanted to work.
Yeah.
To them, work is like the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
This is how you work. Then you come home and hang out with it's like very structured.
Yes.
And anything away from that structure, they're not okay with.
Yeah.
I feel like I've always been like me and my brother, like the black sheep of our family. We like, go through, we're trying to break that structure.
Yeah. Break the generational trauma and the curses, right?
100%.
Yes.
So I feel like now like it's a lot easier and better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's good.
Yeah.
I'm working at a time. I'm proud of you. Yeah. I know I definitely relate to like the black sheep. Like I always felt like even my sister.
Yeah, I always felt like I was a black sheep growing up.
Yeah.
But like it's just like the parents like now see it.
Yes. Now they're getting
more accepting.
it. Exactly. They get it. They're like, wow, okay, good.
Like my parents never understood, or like my son.
Yes.
He tells me he wants to be a YouTuber, he wants to be an NBA player.
Love that.
And it's like, okay, back then if I were to tell my parents I wanted to be a YouTuber, they'd be like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
I would get a scaff across the back of the head.
So, but like now it's more accepting and it's actually more real world. That is how the world is moving forward.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
So, and we're changing that. So that I'm not doing on my son.
Yeah.
So we're breaking those curses.
Bracing those curses.
Yeah.
So I love that. And how old's your son now?
He is 8.
Oh,
he will be 9 this summer.
Mama's boy.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Oh my God. Yeah, totally.
How do you balance being a mom and being an entrepreneur?
Honestly, I feel like I was already a very organized person.
Yes.
And then when you become a mom, you're like super organized, OCD, like you're a multitasker. You know how to do 20 people's job in one person. And I actually apply that in my work life. It's actually crazy. So it actually works very well for me.
Okay.
Everything's structured, organized, and I do the same thing in my mom personal life.
Yeah. It's just the structure,
and it just works for me.
Are you more type A?
Type A personality. What's
Yeah.
type A personality?
Type A is like very like by the books, like has a plan, has a structure,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to all of
100%.
that.
Like I have a notebook I've always had for years. Every year I have a notebook.
Okay.
Every day I write this date and all the things I need to do in my day.
Perfect.
Personal life, work life.
Me too.
And like crossing it out.
Yes.
Something I didn't get done. Okay, it's on to the next day.
Yes.
But like, yeah, I'm super organized. Like
Yeah.
my phone in like my calendars is like every hour is accounted for.
Yes.
And that it'll say like Damon soccer practice, time to pick up Damon.
Yeah.
Okay, my patients at this time.
Yes.
So like, but I feel good. It makes me feel organized, and I feel like it works very well in my life, and I could progress really good just being like that.
Yeah.
Structure. I am that person.
Yeah.
I need structure.
Yes, me too.
I need structure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but my dad taught us that. Day one, we had to wake up at 8 a.m. He already had a summer schedule for us. This time you're gonna eat and you're gonna work on your next year's summer book. And like, and then you could play for 2 hours at the end. Like he always had a schedule for us. So I've always been in it since I was younger than Damon. I'm gonna say 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. I know our parents really, because I was the same. It was like, if you want to go outside and play, you have to do all of this stuff.
I feel like I do it to an extent with my son too.
Yeah.
I feel like you do need to follow structure. It's going to help you with a lot of things later in life.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you do.
Absolutely.
We see all these things now.
Yeah.
Back then I was like, oh my God, like nobody wakes us up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., like this early,
Yeah.
But like, it's all structure. Yeah. It's all for the bigger picture.
It's true. I think of that and like, I'm very rigid sometimes in my routine and it drives my girlfriend fucking nuts. It does. Like, I'll literally be like, no, it sounds so bad. Okay, so lesbian sex. Do you know about lesbian sex?
No.
Okay, so you'll just wait for me.
Sex?
Lesbian
like
sex lasts
on each other?
Yeah, there's
or like
many
wearing a strap on.
It's whatever you want to call it, but it lasts
okay.
hours. Okay.
Really?
Yes,
Oh.
like 3 hours minimum.
Oh.
And so minimum. And so sometimes like I'm such an asshole where I'm just like, no, you're not coming near me today because I need my full hours of sleep. And I literally will just be like, have a good night and go to bed. And I'm like, don't you dare try and even touch me because I'm on my bed and my sleep because I know tomorrow I have to wake up at 7 a.m.
Yeah, no matter what.
And
routine.
I need my sleep and I have my routine. And if I don't get enough sleep, I'm going to have to sleep because I'm not functional and it's going to throw off my routine.
100%.
But I'm trying to get better
slowly at
not being so rigid.
Yeah.
But it's really fucking hard.
I feel like as you get older, it's more and more rigid. I see it. I see it in my parents. I see it as everyone who's getting older. I see it in myself as I've been getting older. You're more and more like
I'm so rigid.
You want to stick to it.
Exactly. And if it's like, I know I have to do it a certain way, let me do it this way. And that's it. Don't argue with me. Like, I'm going to be so stubborn as an old lady. It's going to be scary. But the routine definitely helps.
Yes.
Absolutely. So do you schedule?
That's how I balance it.
Do you schedule time for you? Like, how do you fill your own cup?
I do.
Oh, I love that.
I do. Like, I will go wake up early, book my like blowout with my favorite hairdresser, Salvo. Good. He's Italian.
Salvo. I was gonna say. Was it Salvatore?
Salvo.
Yeah. Hello. Ciao.
Him. So like things that make me feel good.
Yes.
I like to go for a car wash. It makes me feel like I'm getting my nails done for my car.
Period.
No, I definitely make time for myself. That's very important. I've always made time for myself when I was pregnant, after I had my son, even now with a really busy schedule, because I feel like to really balance and be a good mom, to be a good boss, to be a good peer, to be a good friend, you need time for yourself.
You do need time for yourself.
Yeah, that's really important. Doesn't matter what career you're in, what you're doing, even if you're just at home taking care of your kids, it's very important to have self-care time and time for yourself.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Heard it here. I say that all the time. I'm like, if you're going to take from your own cup, that makes no sense, right? Like if you're going to be helping people and all of that, make sure you have like
100%. It resets your energy.
Absolutely.
Resets you as a person.
Yeah.
So I do that.
I love that. So it
makes me feel good.
Your haircut. Sorry, your hair
my
blowout.
Hair, getting my nails done. Getting my car washed.
Love this.
Yeah, just doing little things just for myself to make me feel good.
And
obviously treatments. I don't always get time to do my treatments. I need to do it soon.
Yeah.
But like that too.
What's your favorite treatment?
My favorite treatment, Botox. Okay. Botox is one of my favorite treatments. And I love PRP.
PRP. Yeah. That's what we did.
Yep.
On me.
Yep. It's one of my favorite. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing results. Good for so many different types of benefits. And it comes from you.
Yeah.
It's natural.
It's natural.
We help boost it. We add vitamins and minerals like we did for you. But like, I love it.
Yeah.
I love stuff. I feel like the world's going more towards Aesthetics are going more towards a lot of natural.
Okay.
A lot of natural, a lot of vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, because I feel like sometimes there's a lot of like misconceptions in the medical aesthetic world where it's like, oh, there's not enough studies on this or things like that. Like, what do you say to that?
I do follow a lot of my healthcare services in my clinic. I do follow all the regulations.
Yeah.
But when it comes to services, if someone's asking me, like recently, about the salmon sperm facial.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I've heard about this.
Yeah. So Revenus has a product called Vamp, and it is basically proteins, vitamins. It's basically duplication of the salmon sperm DNA that is very good in collagen production, elasticity. It helps with fine lines, wrinkles. It's like up there with PRP.
Okay.
Okay. So people ask me, like, oh my God, is it really real salmon sperm? Or like, if you're allergic to salmon,
or fish,
can you still do it? The answer is yes, you can. And so studies like that. But I also don't try to follow and I try to minimize telling my patients any type of TikTok trends.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that. I think a lot of it is like misleading information.
Yeah.
Some things that are on TikTok that are in the UK are popular, like the lemon bottle.
I don't know what that is.
So lemon bottle is like fat dissolving. It comes in like a yellow vial. A lot of people were asking me about it, but it's like a certain type of fat dissolving. It's not approved in Canada, so I don't know about it. My clinic doesn't offer it, but like just stuff like that. I feel like it's important to ask your healthcare provider.
Yes.
Someone who you go to who's doing your injections. I don't think you should always believe everything that's written on the internet and trends. I feel like people start a lot of trends and they can't be always medically safe or safe in your country, because every jurisdiction has their own rules and regulations when it comes to aesthetics.
Yeah. And follow the medical professionals and not
advice.
TikTok university, right?
Yeah, not like an influencer who just graduated high school, no offense, and just doesn't have any backing or medical backing to back anything she's saying up.
That's fair. I think that's good.
Asking your healthcare provider or someone who's like doing your injectables, it's important to ask them.
What's the like worst thing you've seen, like trend wise, where you're just like, oh my God, this is horrible, I would never recommend it?
I feel like a couple of years ago I saw the trend, especially in the UK, the very, very, like, there's that influencer.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
What's her name? Chelsea? No, I forgot the girl. Anyways, it looks like you have two huge balls in your face and the chin's hanging low, and like you just look like, what's her name from Angelina Jolie? What's that Disney movie? Maleficent.
Oh, Maleficent. Yeah, but it was like those hard cheeks.
Yes,
it was a big trend.
Yes, and it's all over TikTok. Really awful. That's like
dangerous, kind of.
It's very dangerous.
Yes.
Very overfilled.
Yes.
Definitely not looking at the patient's like health, safety, proportion.
Yes.
Age, all that.
Yeah, because I'm like, how is that gonna affect the body?
And you'd have to dissolve all that.
Yeah.
And like, God knows what type of filler is used. Yeah. There's fillers approved in other countries that we're not allowed to have. So.
And I think that's why it's so important to like make sure you go to a very reputable person that's like following the guidelines, because there's a lot 100%. Of like under market stuff, which is not,
I feel like in every country and city to some extent there is, but you do.
I saw like, this is, oh my goodness, where was it? I feel like it was in the US where someone was actually injecting like cement.
Oh my God, it happened here too though.
Did it?
Yeah, it happened in Woodbridge or Vaughan. Like, I don't even know if she was really a nurse, but like, that happened, and the patient obviously passed away. There's some cases like that in the States. I've heard. That's awful. There's some crazy cases like that. That's why you actually really should do your research.
Absolutely.
You should go on Google reviews.
Google reviews.
Because
those are honest. Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, I get a lot of my patients word of mouth.
Yes.
Like a lot of my patients I grew up with.
Yeah.
It's their parents.
Yeah.
It's their grandparents.
Absolutely.
It's now their kids, or like,
because you want to know, like,
it's word of mouth.
Word of mouth is really important because it's reputation, right?
So yeah. And it's not a big deal if you ask somebody for their credentials.
No.
Yeah. That should be totally okay.
And I think like having a good portfolio is really important as
well. Very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I feel like having a portfolio and these days an online presence is very important.
Yeah.
Like, I applied to some jobs like years ago, and even then they used to ask for, what's your Instagram tag? What's your social media tag? Now I feel like it's even bigger.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to see this like online resume.
It is, yeah.
Pretty much is.
Yeah. But I mean, it can take away though, because there are some really amazing people out there that just don't use social, you know?
No,
but if that's the case, hire someone.
100%.
That's my thought, you know?
Yeah. Especially I feel like if you're in an industry where you need to be online, you need to show presence.
Absolutely.
It's very important.
Yeah. Jump. There you
You come in the middle.
There you go. We have Nala joining us now.
Yeah.
But what do you hope to achieve? Like, you have your business, it's thriving. What do you want to achieve legacy wise?
I definitely want everyone just to feel good in their skin.
Yeah.
You know, feel super comfortable. Doesn't matter how old you are, what your color is, what you identify as.
Yeah.
And Plump, we're accepting of everyone. And we want you to always feel confident in your own skin.
Yeah.
That's very important to me. And I also want to be doing tons of more charity work.
Love
and
that.
Just giving back, teaching more, empowering women, empowering single moms, and just leaving a legacy like that.
Yeah. I love that. That's beautiful. And you are very inclusive. I can attest to that. I even got my little rainbow Band-Aid.
Yeah,
you remember?
She got a Band-Aid after we drew blood for her PRP treatment.
Yeah.
She got a rainbow Barbie Band-Aid.
It was very cute. But have your child, and you are a single mom.
Yes, I am.
And so how does that's tough. It is tough, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I feel like you're more, as the years go by, it gets easier. It's just like secondhand to you.
Yeah.
Secondhand nature, you know, just like riding a bike. It just comes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the beginning, for sure, it was super hard.
Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, what did you have to like go through or work on from yourself from like a pressure perspective?
So I was just an Indian housewife, had my son. I was very early on a single mom, like when he was like 2-3 months. So that's all he knows. That's all I know. You know, as being a mom, I've always just done it on my own.
Yeah.
You know, with the help of my parents and my siblings, of course, they helped me tons.
Yeah.
Especially raising Damon growing up. So I give tons of credit to that. Again, we're really lucky. We have very healthy, good, happy parents that want to do that for us.
Absolutely.
But in the beginning, and then I just motivated myself, like, hey, I need to do something with my life. Like, I'm gonna be a single mom, and I'm still on mat leave. I was not doing any work in aesthetics yet.
Okay.
I hadn't even thought about it.
What were you doing?
I was working as a health and safety manager for Amazon. So Amazon.com, all the warehouses in Ontario.
Okay.
So I dealt with that.
Okay.
So I was on mat leave, and I was like, oh my God, like I don't want to go back to like my 9 to 5.
Yes.
And I need to switch things up. So I reached out to some schools, and initially, before I actually reached out to some schools, me and my cousin went to go get lip fillers.
Okay.
I wanted to feel good about myself, so I went to a plastic surgeon, got lip fillers.
Yeah.
And then I didn't like how it was done, so I went to a nurse injector.
Okay.
And she's like, hey, have you ever thought about injecting? She's like, you know, doctors from foreign countries, I'm considered an IMG because I went to an international medical school. So, hey, you know, doctors, nurses, and international medical graduates can do this. And then I came home, asked my mom to borrow some money, and I was like, you know what, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And that's how the ball got rolling. And I was like, hey, like if I'm going to be a single mom, I'm going to need some income, and I need my son to be there while I'm raising him and do my own schedule. So I went to Barrie, got trained, spent 10 grand. Borrowed that money. Barrie, Ontario.
Okay, Barrie, Ontario. Yeah.
And then did my advanced training. So every year I do different trainings.
Yes.
And that's how it started.
Wow.
And then as I was working for another injector, I started doing my own business out of my house. Initially, started getting my friends to come in for injections, my family members, building it just at my house in my free time.
Yeah.
Or when I'd go home from injecting all day at a clinic.
Yes.
And learning the back end of things.
Yes.
And how to run one. And that's how it all started. That's how Plump started.
And why Plump?
I don't know. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin, she came up with it. We were sitting at a Tim Hortons, and she's like, what do you think of Plump? I swear to God, that's how it like Plump came
cute,
about.
Though.
Yeah. And it just worked. I knew I always wanted like a lips logo. Or something looking plump. So that's how it started. I mean, obviously the brand has grown.
Absolutely.
You know, and and you're just evolving with your brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it's constantly evolving. But that's so badass. Like that, like it's very badass what you did. Because I think like
it seemed hard then.
It seems hard.
But I always had a vision.
But it
I
is
always
hard.
knew
It
is very hard.
It is hard.
But I never gave up. And in my head, I always knew this is temporary.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like this every day. I'm not going to be struggling like this.
Yeah.
It's temporary.
Yeah.
And I feel like my biggest motivation is my son.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't hustling and doing all this and thinking of Plump when I was just married or like in my 20s.
Yeah.
It happened after I got pregnant with him and gave birth to him that I'm like, whoa, like a light bulb went off in my head and it's never shut off.
Yeah.
Till this day.
It was like a blessing with your son, right?
So he like just motivated me like, hey, I actually want a way better life.
Yeah.
And I want to live for me and don't want to be in anything toxic or be around toxic environments. And like, if you really want to change, you have to change. You have to change.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want change, you have to change.
Yeah. And you have to do the work.
You have to do the work.
You have to try.
Every day's work.
Yeah. Every day.
Work.
Every day.
I work on myself every day.
Yeah. And you're going to be a little uncomfortable for a bit, but you kind of have to be uncomfortable, you know?
Yeah, you do, to see change.
Absolutely.
You do.
Yeah.
You do have to push through the dark times. Dark times don't last forever. They never do.
Nope.
And there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Always.
There's always a rainbow. It's always that.
Exactly.
100% I believe that.
Yep. No, I'm completely agree.
Yeah.
It's a common thread sometimes I with guests that I have on that are they have such inspiring stories, and everyone's always said that there's like you have to go through it.
You have to go through it.
And it's going to suck.
Yeah, you have to
go
through
it. But you
it.
will get through it.
100%.
And
always.
You have to see it always.
Yeah, you have to see it. And you have to believe in yourself. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. Just being nicer to yourself, kinder to yourself. Yeah. You have to love yourself the most. Like I know people hear that all the time, but you truly, like now you understand as we get older, right?
Yes.
What it really means to love the person you see in the mirror.
Yeah.
Or strive to be that person. Yeah. A better person.
Exactly. And you constantly are doing the work. Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. The work's
I do that.
done.
I know. It's true. Have you seen my bathroom mirror yet?
No, not yet.
And it has
when I go pee, I will.
when you has a sign on it that says like "Shut up, you look good."
I love it.
Yeah, because it's like a constant reminder. It's like
you try, shut up, bitch, you look good.
Shut up, bitch, you look good. I know that's something I've
a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. Very inspiring words. So
thank you.
For those
and
that
I
are
hope
watching,
I could inspire anybody.
Yes.
If you're ever going through a bad time, a toxic time, doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
If you're in something toxic, abusive, you should always seek help, and you should definitely my advice to every woman is start your own business. There's nothing better, or man, or however you identify as, but there's nothing as a person. You should always, I feel like there's nothing better than starting your own business or your own thing, your creative channel, because you love what you do.
Yeah.
You love it. You live and breathe in it. It's just going to radiate.
Yeah.
It's so natural.
Yeah.
I truly love what I do, and I just hope to inspire other women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to love what you do. You can't do it because of someone else.
Yeah, or someone else's life.
Exactly.
Or what it looks like in like a little box online.
Because that's kind of what
you think.
Yeah. Because you're a bad bitch, go.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Anybody could do it.
Yeah.
You have to just set your mind. It's changing your mindset.
Yeah. I had this.
It's mastering your mindset. The second I started changing my thoughts and how I think.
And do you do affirmations every day? What do you do?
I do. I always have religious music being played in my house 24 hours, something how I grew up. My siblings have it in their houses. My parents do.
Yeah.
Just vibrating good energy, very feng shui of everything.
Yeah.
And yes, I do positive affirmations. My son does too. I do it with him.
Yeah.
Just being like talking and thinking more positive.
Yes.
I feel like we're very hard on ourselves, especially with everything happening in the world. It's very easy to be down and negative.
Yes.
So just always thinking to be nicer to yourself and being positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think I'm religious.
True.
I am very spiritual though.
I'm very spiritual.
Yeah.
I'm a very spiritual person.
Yeah.
I
love keeping roses. They say roses have emit the highest amount of energy.
Yes.
You guys. Any living thing, the highest amount of energy is emitted through roses. They're like 300 and something megahertz, where humans are at 60 something.
Yeah. But roses, like, okay.
Plants in general.
So good, but I have roses on me for a reason. My favorite. That. Yeah, I do. But they're right there. But with roses, they always know, they're always beautiful, even when they don't bloom. Okay. And then they know when to open up and when to bloom. But they also know that sometimes they just need to let go.
Yeah.
And shed.
Yeah.
But then it's also, they protect themselves with their thorns.
Yeah.
They are so beautiful.
Yeah.
But they have that protection.
Boundaries.
The boundaries, which are so important.
Yes. Boundaries.
Yes. I could talk about roses all day. It's like my hyperfixation. If something drains my energy, why?
Yeah.
What is it that's not making me? And I think the body knows well as well.
But yeah. Intuition too.
Intuition. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling scared, your emotions are your teachers.
Yeah.
Like truly.
Yeah. Your intuition knows it.
Absolutely.
Your body knows it way before you could even process.
Period.
Yeah. It all comes down in every culture down to the same thing.
Same thing as energy.
Yeah.
Can't.
And some different form or shape or word.
Yep.
Is just changed.
Exactly.
But it all comes down to that.
Yeah. But big manifestation girly in my mind. But it comes down to like the language. So it's like if you're trying to attract something, you have to speak like you have it.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, it's all words.
It's all work.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like that a lot though.
Yeah.
My son's already like that.
So good.
He's already like that.
So good. Like ChatGPT is like my best friend. Like I'm not even
really used it much at all. I don't.
It's so good. It literally is so good. Okay. So do it for manifestation.
That's really
cool. We need to do this. Download it right now. We're going to do it. Like do it. So I go into ChatGPT.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, yes, we're going to do that. So you go in and you say, I don't know if you want to do it here or you want to go home and do it. I would say go home and do it. So you can put like good thought into it. But you go home and you say, this is my dream. So like I go in, I'm like, here is my dream life. I want to have, and you put sky is the limit. Like do not minimize your dream. Okay? Because you are deserving of your dream.
Yeah.
So you put in your big dream. And like for me, I just voice noted it because it's easier than me for typing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here's my dreams. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to have this. I want to do blah, 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 blah. I was so specific on everything I wanted. Did not limit it at all. Mm-hmm. And then I write me a day in the life of what my dream life looks like. And they wrote me a story and I read it every week.
That's
and
really
then I
cool.
say, write.
I love how you
and then I say,
GPT
how, oh, I know, it's great. And then I said, write me, how do I achieve this dream? And they write you a full everything that it, like, they write you a whole plan. So like part of it for me, it was like, I want to have my own talk show. They're like, start it. It was like, okay, here I am. Do I have an opening? Check.
It's like a checklist.
It's a checklist. It creates a checklist for you.
Oh my God, I love it.
We're
all about checklists.
And we're all about checklists because we're very routine and structured. Yes, we are. I got a PRP facial at Plump Aesthetics, and Kamal was so wonderful. It was my first time getting PRP, and she numbed my face, so I didn't really feel anything at all, and the results were great. It takes about like 3 weeks to fully take effect, but I was feeling snatched. Welcome back to UnMASCed. We are ending this episode with a game because I love games.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
We're going to play
games.
Games are fun. Like fun games, you know?
Yeah.
So we're going to play one of the more popular games on the show, which is called This or That.
Okay.
And I'm going to say two things.
Okay.
And you need to pick which one you prefer.
Okay.
And we're going more with the medical aesthetics route.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Botox or fillers?
Botox.
Lip flip or lip filler?
Lip filler.
Chemical peel or laser resurfacing?
Chemical peel.
Botox or Dysport?
Botox.
BBL or Sculptra butt?
Sculptra butt.
Cool sculpting or lipo?
Lipo.
PDO threads or facelifts?
Facelift.
Microneedle or vampire facial?
Vampire facial.
Lash extensions or lash lift?
Lash lift.
Natural look or snatched look?
Ooh, you got me on that one.
I know.
I like it. I like both.
Both.
I'm going to have to say both on
That's
this one.
fair. It depends, and it also depends on the person.
I got to say both on this one.
Chemical peel or dermaplaning?
Dermaplaning.
Hydrofacial or microdermabrasion?
I'm going to say hydrofacial.
Okay. Microneedling or Morpheus 8?
Morpheus
8. Okay. That is our game.
Nice.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, I love it.
It was
I'm
so
so
great.
honored to be here.
I'm so honored.
So honored that you asked me. So.
Yeah, you're a badass bitch.
Love
Of
it.
course, I'm gonna have you on the show.
I love
and
it.
you're part of the Women That Inspire series, and I think
I love
you know
that. Thank
you
so
are
much.
very inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So are you. So
Thank
are
you. Look at us, just two bad bitches. So where do people find you? How do they find your work? How do they book appointments?
Okay, so we are on Instagram. Instagram handle is Plump Aesthetics MD. You can always go on our website and see all the services we do. That's www.plumpaesthetics.com. And you can always give us a call or a text, which is 416-450-0891.
Perfect. And that will be linked below as well. Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Give me a hug.
I'll give you like a hug.
Give me a hug.
Ooh.